He went up to his room. I took her down to my room, which is the basement, and we just watched SpongeBob, and she said she wanted to paint with me. So I took out a knife, and it's very disturbing.
This is a story that blurs the line between delusion and pure evil. 17-year-old Keith Randulich was a quiet, educated teenager who, on an otherwise ordinary evening, was left alone with his 4-year-old sister, Sabrina. But what unfolded inside that suburban Illinois home defied comprehension. A gruesome act of murder carried out with a kitchen knife. Yet, as horrifying as the crime was, what followed made it even more unsettling. When detectives sat Keith down for questioning, he didn't cry, panic, or beg for forgiveness. Instead, he spoke with eerie calmness, explaining his actions with reasons so bizarre they sounded like the ramblings of a broken mind. What he claimed to be a selfless act of protection revealed something much darker, a glimpse into a mind that saw murder as mercy.
After that, she had to lie down, and I would paint with her. That's what happened when I took out the knife.
Did you have the knife downstairs already? Where was the knife?
It was right here.
You had it inside your hoodie?
Yes.
While home alone with Sabrina, Keith committed an unthinkable act of violence. When their parents returned, they walked into a nightmare. Their youngest child was dead, stabbed multiple times in the neck with a steak knife, her small body discovered in the basement of their Mokna home. Keith didn't flee or try to hide what he'd done. When police arrived, he immediately confessed, saying he had killed his sister to protect her from being sexually assaulted by a family member. But detectives quickly found no evidence of any such abuse. His explanation was not only unsupported, it was delusional.
The Will County Investigation Office, downtown Joliet here.
Yes.
You've been moved from the Mokina Police Department here. I have to ask you once again, did any police officers ever talk to you about the incident that happened today so far? Ask you any questions on what happened.
Okay, wait, yes, I forgot to mention this.
Okay.
Right when I went in the car the first time.
Okay.
Not the police officer in that car, but another police officer just said, what was in your what was going through your blank mind?
Okay.
But that's as much as...
That's all that was asked, so they didn't ask any particulars or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you need a water?
No.
No bathroom breaks?
No.
You're all good?
Yes.
Okay. All right, okay? Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll be back in 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Hi, Keith. I know I introduced myself back at the station, but if you didn't remember, I'm Detective Lothan,
Alright.
and I'm with the Mokina Police Department.
Yes.
And if you want to throughout the interview, call me Jason if you want, or Jay.
Jay?
That's fine,
All right.
okay? You like to be called Keith?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is Detective...
I'm Detective Trakey. I'm with the Sheriff's Office. That's why we came here.
Okay.
So, okay.
You go to Lincoln Way?
Yes.
Okay.
East.
East?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you, a senior?
Yeah.
Getting ready to graduate?
Was.
You guys, when does school end?
The last day is like June 1st.
June 1st. Okay.
How you doing in school?
I was gonna graduate. I mean, I had all A's, 1 C in English, but
Yeah, it's cool.
I was fine.
When the interrogation began, Keith was calm, cooperative, and unnervingly composed. Detectives Louthan and Trinke conducted the interview, noting immediately how he referred to his life in the past tense, as if he knew his future had already ended. He admitted to understanding the magnitude of what he'd done, and as he sat across from them, speaking in a quiet, steady voice, it became painfully clear. Whatever drove him to kill his sister wasn't rage. It was something far more disturbed.
Huh. You take any classes or sports or anything?
No, but
No.
I mean, yeah, I had a future, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't do this for no reason.
Keith told the interrogators that he tried to force his mother into buying him a gun. He mentioned that he got a permit and wanted a gun. As they searched the house, officers found more disturbing clues: horror movie DVDs, death metal posters, and a collection of clown masks in the basement. While these details didn't prove motive, they painted a portrait of a young man drawn toward dark and violent imagery.
I talked to my mom about moving out. She said that I could stay, but I mean, she said that I just told her that, what was it? I said that I wanted to move out and, to a friend's house, but I didn't really want to do that. I got a, firearm permit, last week, and I wanted to buy a firearm, and she said I couldn't do that. So, I was lying and saying I would move to a friend's house if she wouldn't let me buy.
At this point, Keith explained that he had planned to use the gun, but not against his sister. He said he'd told his parents about being abused, but they told him to keep quiet. According to Keith, he only wanted the gun so he could confront the abuser and protect his little sister.
Okay.
And I wanted to use this because, I'm my little sister. I would tell my parents and they would never do anything about it. And they would say, like, don't snitch and things like that. That's how that happened. So,
You confronted your parents about...
multiple occasions for like the past 2 years.
Shocking. After that, Keith began calmly recounting the details of the murder. His tone never changed. He spoke as if narrating something that had simply needed to happen. Detectives listened in disbelief as he described the killing like a tragic duty rather than a crime. Keith insisted he had saved Sabrina, framing her death as an act of mercy. That chilling justification, the idea that he believed he was helping her by taking her life, left even veteran investigators visibly shaken.
I killed my sister. He had nothing to do with it. He was in his room. I told him he was watching her because my parents and were at his dance. He was watching her. I said I would watch her. So he went up to his room. I took her down to my room, which is the basement, and we just watched SpongeBob, and she said she wanted to paint with me. So I took out a knife and it's very disturbing. I would never have did it, but I just wanted to protect my little sister from my...
What a sick and twisted mind. The detectives could hardly believe what they were hearing. Every word from Keith sounded more detached, more unsettling.
Did you guys ever start painting?
Painting?
You said she wanted to paint with you.
Right, no, I told her that she had to lie down and I would paint with her. That's what happened when I took out the knife.
Did you have the knife downstairs already? Where was the
It
knife?
was right here.
You had it inside your hoodie?
Yes.
How long had you been carrying the knife around?
Brought it like 5 minutes before I asked her to let me watch her.
Why did you want... How come you asked to let you watch her?
So that I could kill my sister.
Okay.
When did you start thinking about that?
When my parents said that I couldn't buy my firearm, I knew that I couldn't kill her. But I never wanted to hurt my sister. I just wanted to protect her from my... That's it. But if you want to hear how she died, I don't know.
Okay. Was she laying on the ground?
Yes, and...
So you told her to lay down?
Right, and she was fully conscious, and she was talking to me during it. If I tell you this now, I mean, you're recording...
Keith went on to describe the murder in haunting, vivid detail. Every motion, every moment. It was as if he believed that by explaining it clearly, he could somehow justify what he'd done. He spoke with an unnerving confidence, convinced he could make the detectives understand his so-called reason for the killing. What comes next is deeply unsettling. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
I mean, you're recording this. I don't have to say it in court or anything, right?
I don't know that for sure.
I mean, I really don't want to talk about this that much.
He was upstairs.
Okay, he was watching TV with her in the living room first.
Okay.
Then I went in there and said, let me watch her. So he went upstairs to his room, then I took her downstairs to my room.
Did you have the knife at that point?
Here's what happened. I came up from my room. I did the dishes real quick. Then I just took a knife, put it in my hoodie right away. Then I walked right in there and said that.
So where did you get the knife?
Kitchen cabinet.
Did you have any conversation with her? You said that she was alert?
She was talking to me during it, and I was just trying to do it as quick as possible.
Okay.
But she was in a lot of pain.
Okay, could you, I know it's tough. and
Yeah.
We'll get you through this. Could you describe to me how you did it? Let's back up a minute. Could you tell me what kind of knife it was?
It wasn't a butter knife, it had like edges to it.
Like a steak knife type?
Right.
What kind of handle?
Just brown, it was like big.
Would you say like it was metal?
How big would you say?
The handle? Or the
Yeah,
blade?
The whole knife.
Oh, the whole knife was maybe like this.
Okay. Was it one of those knives that you would find in your drawer with all your other forks and knives and spoons?
Yes, it was just like a steak knife.
Okay.
It wasn't anything like a weapon or anything.
Okay.
Wooden handle or something, or metal handle?
I think it was wooden.
Okay. And then you said you had her lay down on the ground?
Yeah, I told her to do that.
Okay. And this was in
My room.
your room, which is located?
The basement.
The basement, okay.
Did you tell her that you were going to do this?
No. I just said I love her, and then I took out the knife, and she smiled, and I made just a little cut of her neck, and I withdrew back because I was afraid, and she screamed and grabbed her neck, and she said, "No, stop," but I just kept, I started doing it again, and then she started talking to me, and she was still conscious and said, "Why are you killing me?" So then I started on the right side. She didn't talk anymore, but she was still breathing and had her eyes open. So I just ran upstairs and called the police. Then when I came back down, it looked like she died.
Poor little Sabrina, an innocent child whose life was stolen in the most horrific way imaginable. What unfolded next only deepened the horror. Detectives, still in disbelief, asked Keith to go over everything again. Without hesitation, he repeated his story, insisting that his brother had no idea what had happened and only learned the truth when police arrived.
You ran upstairs, did you find your brother? Did your brother find you?
No, he was in his room, the living room. We had a family phone in the kitchen. So I went to the family phone. I dialed the police. I just said, "Come here." I hung it up, went back downstairs, checked on her, and then went back up. I didn't hear any police cars, so I called again. I said, "Come here again." I hung it up. Then I looked outside for more. I was waiting. So then the police called back, so I picked it up. I said there was a murder, and then I was just explaining to them that I did it.
Where did you put the knife?
Oh, it was right next to her.
You just dropped it on the ground by her?
Yes.
Okay.
Where were you when the police came?
I was waiting for them at the front door because the lady said, "Do you see the police outside?" I said no. So I hung up the phone and I walked to the front door, and then the police rang the doorbell. I opened the door, and then they just said, "Get down." They told my brother, who came downstairs because he saw the police from his room. He said, "What are they doing here?" They told him to get down too. And my brother was in shock because he said, what did you do to my baby?" So
How do you think he knew what happened?
he saw the blood, and at first he didn't know it was my sister. But one of the police officers said, "Who died?" I said, "My sister." And he said, "Where's she at?" I said, "The basement." Then got hysterical, and he said, "What did you do to my sister?" or something. So
What was your sister? What was she wearing?
what was she wearing? Just a t-shirt, pants. I can't really tell you the color or anything. I wasn't paying attention. After she died, though, I gave her a kiss and I said, "I'm sorry I had to do this, but I really love my sister."
When did you do that? After you came back downstairs the first time?
Yeah, I only went down one more time. Right after I called the police, I went back down, and that's when I did that. It looked like she was...
Could you just describe for me how you did it? I mean,
Like a
when you say the
maniac.
side, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, were you behind her? You know,
No,
just
no.
kind of.
I was in front of her. Like, she was lying down, like, right there. I just was kneeling, and I just did it, like that. Just to her neck, like, right here and here.
Did you kneel on top of her or on the side?
Right in front of her.
Right in front of her? So at first you thought you guys were playing around, or?
Yeah. I told her that we were gonna paint. Right when my mom told me that, she wouldn't let me use any of my money to buy a firearm.
And that would have been when you first got home from school, around 3 o'clock, 3:30?
Like 3:30. That's her name, Sabrina.
Up until today, when you had the discussion with your mom about the firearm,
Yeah.
you stated that you wanted the firearm
Right, to shoot.
to shoot.
And that was all I would have used it for.
So you never thought about killing Sabrina up until that point in time?
Never.
It wasn't until your mom said, no, you're not getting a firearm.
She said I had to, like, go out and work for it, but he was tormenting my sister, like, worse and worse every day.
Why did you choose her neck area?
I thought it'd be the fastest way to kill Sabrina. Just as quick as possible without as much pain.
Did you ever see this anywhere? I mean,
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've heard about it. Like, there was, like, people who strangled people. I didn't want to do that to her, but, I mean, she was in an extreme amount of pain, though, I'll tell you that. She was screaming and crying and trying to fight me, but she couldn't fight back, so.
Did you ever think at some point in time you could have stopped?
I did. Right after I cut her neck the first time, I made a little cut, and then I stopped. And then she grabbed her neck, but I just kept going.
Did you ever do any research or looking into
No, sir.
about doing anything like this before on the internet or any books or anything?
No. Did you talk to my parents at all, or?
No, we've not.
Okay.
you all right?
Yeah. Like, also, I just like to say real quick that my mom and my stepfather are pretty good people.
Dinner?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to drink it or not, but it's just water.
Alright, yeah, I know. Alright, thanks.
All right, hang in there. We'll get you through this.
Alright.
All right.
After the questioning, they left him alone for nearly an hour. When they returned, they pressed harder, hoping to break through whatever delusion he was trapped in. But Keith didn't crack. He continued to rationalize the killing, saying he gave his sister a quick death so she wouldn't suffer any longer, as if that could ever justify the unthinkable.
How you doing?
Alright, how are you?
You need more water or anything?
No, I'm fine.
Bathroom?
Not right now.
Okay.
Keith, we just want to go over a few more things with you, ask you a few more questions. We have interviewed and spoke to some other family members, so we have a better idea of what was going on within your family. So,
Consider Sabrina your sister, I mean your
Yes.
blood.
Absolutely.
You never wanted to exclude her from the family?
Never.
did you ever have any ill feelings or discontent about her being born because it was with a different father?
No, I don't know why my mom said that. Okay. Sabrina was always a part of my family.
The problem I have,
Yeah.
that we both have, is how could you be protecting Sabrina by doing what happened tonight?
Yeah.
Doing that. I mean, it's.
Well, I'm not proud of that. There's no excuse for it. I knew what I was doing. It was premeditated, you could say. Looking back at
I just want to
this,
stop you real quick. When you say premeditated, what do you mean it can be premeditated?
like, the legal definition thought out. I thought about it like at 3:30. I did it at like a couple hours later, so I was not temporary insanity.
But what would put you in this? What at 3:30 made you start thinking that you wanted to do this to her? I mean,
Okay.
Something must have happened, and that's what we're trying to figure out, because, Keith, you're not telling us the whole story.
Alright, I told you what happened. My
But
mom
you're not
said I
telling us the
can't...
whole truth.
She said I couldn't buy a firearm. I wasn't going to get this firearm and just kill right away. I was never going to do that. That was just an option I wanted to have in case anything ever happened where he got out of control with my sister. But she said, there's no way you're getting this. And he's bigger than me, he's taller than me, he's a lot stronger than me. I would rather have got Christian out of the way than my sister, to be honest.
But you didn't, and you got rid of your only sister.
Right, and she was the person I loved the most in that family. She was my best friend.
Why did you love her the most?
Okay, it's not that I didn't, like, specifically love my parents, it's just that, me and her were always close. We spent more time together than anyone else. Well, I mean, she spent the most time with her mom, but I spent the most time with her than anyone else.
You seem like a good kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm believing a lot of what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I'm not believing everything.
Okay. I mean, if you have something you want me to clarify, I will.
Well, here's what I don't want to happen. I mean, obviously there's a death here.
Yeah.
Your sister is gone.
I know.
Tomorrow, or whenever, we go through a process where we just determine the cause of death.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, it's a full examination of a body.
Yeah. It's an autopsy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my concern is that, are we going to discover anything else that could have happened?
Yeah.
Where maybe it may have happened and Sabrina said no, and that's why this whole thing happened, because Sabrina's growing up now?
Wait, she said no to what?
That's why I'm just asking. I mean, did anything take place where Sabrina was fighting with you and said no?
Absolutely not. She was completely innocent. I saw her, we were watching SpongeBob, she said, let's paint. So I just said, lie down, and that's when she's not to blame for this.
I wouldn't say she's to blame for this. I mean, that's not what I'm trying to figure out.
You're saying, like, did she, like, instigate me or anything?
Did she instigate you, or did you maybe get excited and get aggressive to her or anything?
No, no, I was absolutely not like that, sir.
Have you ever?
No. Like I said, I think I might have did. At least there was that one time for sure, but I'm not like a child. I don't like little children.
Keith, you made numerous statements of how beautiful Sabrina was and
Yeah.
how much you loved her, and she was
Right.
How could you hurt something so beautiful?
Yes.
What could make you do that?
Abuse of her was getting worse and worse. Like I said, my original plan was, if Christian got out of line, I would just take care of him, and then I'd be here just about a 14-year-old instead of a 4-year-old. I didn't want to do that.
But Keith, you know right from wrong.
Yes, I do.
I mean, you're a man, right?
Okay, what would you do?
If you're so mad at for what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
you turn around and do something worse than what your was doing.
If it was sexual, I disagree with that.
I'm not saying it's but what you did tonight. I mean, it's...
Well, it took about 4 minutes, but she's not in any more pain anymore. She's not like every day having someone torment her.
The autopsy shattered his narrative completely. There was no evidence that Sabrina had ever been abused. The only truth in Keith's story was the violence itself. Everything else came from his own disturbed imagination. His parents later admitted that they had long sensed something was off. Keith had always been withdrawn, distant, a boy who preferred solitude over friends. But no one could have predicted that beneath that quiet surface something so dark was festering.
Did you ever talk to a school counselor?
About what?
About
your counselors always talk to you every year.
Okay, about maybe or going to the police and telling them what was going on at home, or I mean, there's options of when there's abuse taking place.
Right.
I mean, there's Department of DCFS, Department of Child Family Services. I mean, there's. Did you ever think about any of those things?
I told my parents, and they just like laughed at me, and they said, "Don't be a snitch," and whatever. I didn't have the DCFS number. I'm not a parent, so I really wouldn't know about that stuff. I mean, I've heard about it, but I mean, I didn't remember any of it at that time.
I just want to make sure that we're not leaving anything out because, you know, like I said before, we want to put this behind us and move on.
Okay.
Deal with what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I'm concerned that maybe there is still more that we haven't talked about and we haven't figured out. And I just want to make sure that, I mean, and if you feel fine and you don't want to talk about it, that's none of my business then. None of our business. But I think there's more there that we need to get out and clarify, because I can tell just, I mean, I don't know you, I just met you today, but you just don't seem like you're comfortable. Like there's something more that maybe you don't trust us to talk about yet?
I completely trust you. I trust the police, that's why I called them. I have nothing to hide. I didn't change my clothes and hide them.
No.
I didn't frame anyone, I admitted it right away. I'm just trying to get this, you know, over with. Whatever my punishment is, it is. I'm fine with that. I have nothing to hide. I mean, if you have any more questions, so I mean, I'll discuss them with you, but I'm not hiding anything.
Okay.
Was there anything that you were afraid Sabrina could say about you? Were you
No,
threatened by anything?
I told you, I had no relationship with my little sister.
I'm not talking. I'm saying, did she know about something or?
Oh no, she did not. The only thing was, when I pulled out the knife, I knew right then that I had to kill my little sister, because she saw it, and there was no going back at that point. Me and my mom had a fight about the firearm thing, so she would not leave me in charge. She wasn't just friendly towards me, like she brought me dinner, but she wouldn't leave me in charge, like with Sabrina at that time.
How'd that make you feel?
We talked about, she asked me originally last week, she's like, "You want to babysit for $650, Sabrina?" I said, "Yeah, I'll babysit her for that day." Then we got in a fight, and then she just said, "It's gonna babysit." That had nothing to do with why I did what I did, though. The only reason she didn't let me babysit was because me and her had a fight.
And how did that make you feel, that you weren't babysitting?
Well, I mean, okay, you have to understand this, though. She was in my room before that, though. Like, before they left, when she was getting done, she got us Taco Bell. Before they left, she was in my room, like, playing with me and stuff, so it wasn't like I couldn't see her, you know. My mom knew that we were playing together and whatnot, so.
But you earlier you said you first thought about doing this at 3:30.
Yeah, around there, yeah.
So then she came down into your room?
Yeah.
Late after that? And
Right.
you played with her?
That was around like maybe 4 to 5, like 4:30 to 5 something.
So if you already at 3:30 had it set in your mind that you were going to do this, how come you didn't do it at that time?
Because my mom was coming home and my stepfather was still home, so I didn't want one of them to stop me before I finished it. I knew that once I started, like, Brina would be horribly disfigured and have like breathing problems the rest of her life if she didn't like die at that time. So.
Were you worried about being home?
No. I knew he'd just go in his room. I mean, he had nothing to do with it, but.
Why did you think he would just go in his room?
He listens to music, that's his thing. He didn't know anything, though, you know.
What would you say if he told us otherwise?
You could ask him, but he's not gonna. I don't know what he would say, because all I know is the truth. He didn't know I had a knife right here when I asked him to let me watch Brina. You could interview him. I never talked to him. I think I'm gonna cut Brina's throat today. I never said that to him. Or anyone. I didn't even know about it till 3:30.
So before 3:30 today, it never crossed your mind that you wanted to end Sabrina's life, harm her in any way?
I was thinking if I had to do it to anyone, I would have to do it to
Why do it at all?
because could not be stopped. His mom spoils him, and he has a sugar problem where he can't control himself when he has any amount of sugar.
Wouldn't you worry about, you said he was getting bigger or stronger?
Yeah, well, he was bigger and stronger than me. I wasn't worried about it. It's just that's why I didn't attack him with a knife, because I couldn't. He's a lot stronger than me.
This was beyond comprehension. He actually thought the abuser was too powerful to stop, so his way of protecting Sabrina was to kill her himself.
And you knew your parents were going out this evening, so that's
Yes. Well, okay. Like I said, I knew that they were going out, but I only thought of that plan at 3:30.
Keith, did you ever have anybody try to take advantage of you at any time when you were little?
Oh,
Okay.
no, sir.
I just
Yeah,
want to
I
make
know.
sure.
Okay.
I can't crawl into your mind. He can't crawl into your mind. But we just want to make sure that we get it, that we can understand.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have a job to do,
I know.
and there's going to be a lot of questions asked of us.
Right.
So you got to be able to bring closure to your
Yeah.
brothers, to your mom and dad.
I understand.
Do you know what closure means?
Comfort, condolences, reason,
Try to help them understand why.
yes. Well, I didn't want to do it, but the main reason why I did it was just because he was getting worse and worse as the days went by.
How do you feel now that you did it and it's over with?
I feel that if I could go back, I would try and do it to Christian, not her. Maybe I would get a job and work so I could just take care of Christian instead of my little sister. I mean, it was a waste of life. If I could have went to the police and proved anything about Christian, I definitely would have did that. But I didn't have any proof.
Pretty much cover everything then?
Yeah.
Keith,
Yes, sir.
you covered everything?
Yeah.
I just feel like when I'm talking to you, you don't want to look at me like.
Oh, I'm just
You know what sometimes that means when people don't want to look at you when they're talking to you?
right.
Sometimes it means that they're not telling you everything.
Man, I just want to get out of these pants, so
Okay, we'll get you out of those. Well, you want more water?
No, well. All right. Yes, please.
Okay, I'll get you another cup.
So am I staying here tonight then? And,
Well, we're going to take a quick break real quick and we'll be back in,
oh, okay.
give you some water.
We're going to work on the close thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Work
just
on
going to
that.
get you out of those.
Yeah.
Anything else you need?
No, just the clothes.
Alright, sit tight, I'll get you some more water, alright?
All right, thanks.
Alright.
All right, Keith, I've got some clothing for you to wear, okay, because we need to take the clothing that you have on, okay? We're going to do it on the offshoot of camera, because you have to strip down
Yeah.
with everything that you have and give it to our evidence technician, and then we'll go ahead and we got clothes for you to put on,
All right.
okay?
This is a very twisted case. After this interview, his mother and stepfather were interviewed. Keith's stepfather described him as quiet and withdrawn but not violent. His mother, however, said he was often disrespectful, angry, and sometimes physically aggressive, except toward Sabrina, whom he adored. She also confirmed there was never any sign of abuse in the family. When police searched the house, they discovered disturbing writings, violent lyrics referencing murder and blood. It was later determined that they weren't written by Keith and were unrelated to the crime. Psychiatrists declared Keith mentally fit for trial but noted signs of a personality disorder. He entered a blind plea of guilty to first-degree murder, meaning he accepted guilt without any deal in place. When the case finally went to trial, the image of Keith standing alone in the courtroom said it all. No family, no friends, no one there to offer support. He pled guilty to murdering his little sister, refusing to take back his claims but accepting his fate. 40 years in prison, no chance of parole. It was the end of a tragedy that left everyone who heard it shaken to their core. A grim reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are not the ones hiding in the shadows, but the ones sitting quietly at the dinner table, smiling, waiting for the moment when their mind finally snaps.